Karo mana jura suna ke penati Dana dana satguru mera chera vicharyanu melada Dana dana satguru mera chera vicharyanu melada Jesa satguru sunida Jesa satguru sunida Teso hi medita jera vicharyanu melada Teso hi medita jera vicharyanu melada Dana dana satguru mera jera vicharyanu melada Dana dana satguru mera jera vicharyanu melada Vicharyamele Prabhu Vicharyamele Prabhu Hare Dare Bhakava Sita Jera Vicharyanu melada Hare Dare Bhakava Sita Jera Vicharyanu melada Dana dana satguru mera jera vicharyanu melada Dana dana satguru mera jera vicharyanu melada Hare Namo Matera de Daida Hare Namo Matera de Daida Kate home roga jera vicharyanu melada Kate home roga jera vicharyanu melada Dana dana satguru mera jera vicharyanu melada Dana dana satguru mera jera vicharyanu melada Nanaka satguru tina milaya Nanaka satguru tina milaya Chinduro piya sanjoga jera vicharyanu melada Chinduro piya sanjoga jera vicharyanu melada Dana dana satguru mera jera vicharyanu melada Dana dana satguru mera jera vicharyanu melada
बहुत अच्छी
वेरी गुड
हाँ भाई ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਸਤਸੰਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਸਦਾ ਦਿਲ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਬਾਰਿਸ਼ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਜਦ ਉਥੋਂ ਸਤਸੰਗ ਚੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਧਰ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ मैं सोच रही शायद लुईस कार सीधी मेरे मकान च ले जाएगा तो मैं काफी घाट महसूस करता सीगा कि मैं प्यारे बच्चों नूं मिले बगैर चला जाऊंगा क्योंकि फरीद साहब ने कहा सीगा गलियां चिकड़ दूर कर नाल प्यारे न्यों चला तां भिजे कंबली रहा तां टुटे न्यों मैं जो कौनी बनाउन अज बारिश दे विच जी ने इंतजाम किया बच्चों का जिहड़े बच्चे भी ਸਾਰੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਏ ਹੈ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਰੋਜ਼ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਹਾਂ। ਮੈਂ ਬੜਾ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ। ਹਾਂ, ਰਸਲ ਪਰਕਿੰਸ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਹਾਣੀ ਸੁਣਾਉਣਗੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਬੱਚੇ ਕਹਾਣੀ ਸੁਣ ਕੇ ਬੜੇ ਖੁਸ਼ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੈ।
This is a story of Ravidas, the same Ravidas whom we talked about the other day, who had a disciple who was a king. But Ravidas had two disciples who were royal. One of them was King Pipa, but the other was Princess Mirabai, who later became Queen of Chittor. And Mirabai loved Ravidas very much, and she was very sorry that he was so poor, because Ravidas was a very low caste man and a cobbler, as we said the other day. He didn't have much money, and he lived and worked in his little hut, and he mended the shoes. People brought him their shoes and he would fix them. And she felt very bad about this, so she went to see him one day and she said, "Master, I wish that you could live in a better house and have a better place to work in. In fact, maybe not need to work at all. And I have brought for you a ruby, which if you sell it, you will have millions of dollars and you can do anything you want." He said, "No, I don't want it." She said, "I wish you would take it as an offering from me, Master, because I have a lot of money and it makes me very sad to see you so poor." He said, "No, I don't want it." She said, "Please, Master, take it for my sake, please." He said, "All right, you can leave it over there if you like." And she left it in a crack in the wall where there was a little space. And she went away, and 6-7 months later, she was able to come back and see him again, and she saw that he was still in the same hut, still living exactly the same way, had no more money at all. And she said, "Master, what did you do with that ruby I left you? Why are you not in better condition?" And he said, "Well, I don't know. It might be where you left it." And she looked in the crack in the wall, and there was that same ruby worth millions of dollars that she had left 6 months before. So Mirabai was given a very hard time by her family and her friends, her religious advisors, the clergy people, swamis, etc., all hated the fact that she was a princess of royal blood, as she had taken a master who was a cobbler. And they gave her a very hard time, and they first tried to talk her out of going to see him, and then they tried to prevent her forcibly from going to see him. And finally, when she still kept on seeing Ravidas and did her devotion and refused to be pushed around, they began to try to kill her, because they thought it was better to have her dead than to bring disgrace on the kingdom and the family. So they sent her a poisonous snake in the middle of a bunch of flowers. They poisoned her food. And in all that, she was very brave and very calm. And she kept her connection with the Master. She did the Simran and she was not affected. Nothing hurt her. And finally, she spoke to Ravidas about maybe if they knew you, maybe if they could meet you, they would like you better. He said, "All right, you can do whatever you like." So she arranged a big banquet in Ravidas's honor, and she invited all the royal people and all the swamis and the main important religious people, all the people who were giving her a hard time, and her family and everyone. And none of them wanted to come. But finally they agreed they would come if Ravidas would stay by himself over in one corner, because they didn't want to associate with such a low-class man. So Ravidas said, "Whatever they want, it's all right, tell them." So she agreed, and they came, and then at every table they found that Ravidas was sitting there. He made hundreds of forms of himself, and every single pundit, every single prince, every single royal person that hated the idea of being with him found that he was sitting there at the same table with them. They could not escape it. Everywhere they went, there was Ravidas. Ravidas. So in that way, he showed the power of the Satguru. And Mirabai kept on going, and although she became a queen when she became an adult, she also became a master, and she is very well known in India. Her hymns are sung everywhere, and Master Kripal Singh very often used to comment on her hymns.
Please don't get up while Sanchi leaves. Let's watch him as he goes. Please help the children not to run in the hall to get to Sanchi. Please help them to sit if you're sitting near them. We will have Parshad after Sanchi leaves the hall, so it's important that you stay sitting in your place if you want to get the Parshad. We will have Parshad after Sanchi leaves the hall, so it's important that you stay sitting in your place if you want to get the Parshad. Please don't get up. Please sit down. Please sit down while Sanchi leaves the hall.
No, quédate en un solo sitio, por favor, no te pases frente a ellos.